because it sounds a little too like, oh, that sounds so beautiful. By the way, it's eerily reminiscent of her interview about their privacy. They need their privacy. Trafficking. Okay. We also weekly. She's talking in the Financial Times. That's how you know this woman means business. And Jason Knopf, who used to work for William and Kate, has also been on record saying those two were bullies. They bullied two palace staffers out of a job. But instead, we're hearing Meghan tell her friend Jamie, or Jamie talk about Meghan, and telling us that Meghan, by wearing a brand of jeans, I'm not making this up, I'm not exaggerating or editing for comic effect, that Meghan, by wearing a brand of jeans, has gotten women out of human trafficking. Okay. We also hear from Meghan, I love a handwritten note. She saves them all. The banality is, I'm at a loss for words, which is a rare thing. Okay, now these two purveyors of privacy, these two people who bang the drum about their privacy, they need their privacy, that the headlines are too much, Meghan almost became suicidal, she wanted to kill herself. First of all, let's take a look at, we're getting closer, you guys, to seeing the children, because we've got merch to move and things are not going well. So let's take a look at this little reel that Meghan dropped on Instagram yesterday morning.
What do you think, Lily?
I think it's beautiful.
I have two theories. One, I think that's a voiceover artist, like, Pamela Adlon, like the ones who, their specialty is doing kids, because it sounds a little too like, oh, that sounds so beautiful. By the way, it's eerily reminiscent of her interviewer's voice, of Jamie Lynn's voice. Jamie Lynn talks like this, and when I love a grown woman, you talk like this, like they just inject this in me, everything's okay, there's that. And I have a theory, and you guys, I realize this may sound unkind, but I think we are all among friends here, and there's truth to it. This is nothing to do with actual children who really should. This is about Meghan. These children, if she really fled the royal family because she wanted her children to grow up in a life that did not require media attention, what she is doing is not the truth. And here's what I think about Meghan, because I think she's a malignant narcissist who is a truly terrible person. And you're going to hear proof of this in the next clip. If Meghan Markle thought her children were as beautiful as she is, we'd see their faces. Okay, let's hear all about the very private letter that Harry wrote about Meghan that they're going to share on this podcast.
Your husband just shared publicly for the first time. He said, I'm so happy for my wife and fully support absolutely everything she's done and continues to do.
When did he say that?
This week. It's everywhere in the press. Yeah, it's beautiful. But how does it? So you don't know this. Okay, so you're hearing this for the first time.
That's sweet. That's sweet. What? This went public? This went public. This is a woman who wrote a letter to her father. And this came out in a court battle that I believe she launched. And part of those communiques were to one of her media people about word choice in said letter, personal, allegedly private, to her father, Thomas. And there was a part of the communications where she said, I never really called him daddy. I know I'm calling him that in the letter, but I think I should keep it, because if this letter leaks, which I think it's going to, okay, so she's really writing it for public consumption. She's going to pretend it's private. And then when it becomes public, she's going to feign outrage and sadness at yet another betrayal, another dagger in the heart. When it becomes public, I feel that the word daddy, I believe these were her exact words, will really pull at the heartstrings. You will never convince America. The Brits are onto you, America's onto you, the world at large is onto you. You're never going to convince anyone that you're authentic. Who actually authored that letter that just got read? I think one Meghan Markle was standing right there with Harry. She probably had her calligrapher's pen, and she's writing, Harry, again, find your balls, wherever they are, find them. You're writing a letter that's just all about how much you admire your wife. By the way, sans specifics, which I love. That says to me that he's checked out. Next, Meghan is going to tell us. This is the last one, and it is No, actually, there's one more. Okay. She's going to tell us about what she is doing for her children so that her children, when they grow up, will be in awe of how amazing their mother was.
So I created for the kids these email addresses that sort of like names again that you would never guess that I will give them at some point in their lives when they're older. But before I go to bed almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
I email because it doesn't have to be a heavy lift, and you email them like, here's a report card from today, or oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing this morning, or here's a picture of you two having breakfast, or here's you playing with the things that you're not going to frame, the things that you're not going to put pen to paper in a journal, but they will end up at one point in their life, maybe when they're 16 or when they're 18, that I say, here's an email that I've been keeping for you.
I have full body chills right now.
For your whole life. And here's everything and every moment that I wanted to tell you how much I love you and like how proud I am of you. And of all things, it's making me emotional.
So Meghan is telling us that just about every night she's writing letters to her children so that when they're older, and they, let's be real, they hate her. They fucking hate her. They can't get away fast enough. They're changing their names. They're going to schools under assumed identities, and they're going to get jobs on the East Coast, if not out of the country, so that they have a viable excuse for seeing her, maybe once a year. So when they grow up and they open these letters, or perhaps, in the event of her untimely death, which, she probably fantasizes about becoming a new Diana, because there was another thing that she says in this podcast, which is that she was having a conversation with someone who informed her that her future had been written before she was ever born. Okay? It was basically saying that her fate had been predetermined. She was born for greatness, and she answers like an asshole, like a Hollywood asshole, using verbiage that only rich Hollywood assholes use. She's like, well, could I I didn't get the specifics of that deal memo. Can I redline that? And she's like, it's what you do. You give your lawyer something and to look at, and he makes these red lines in the document to say, like, we'd like to strike this out, or we'd like to add this into the deal. Like, the average person has no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Jesus Christ. Are you redlining these notes to your kids? So anyway, so they can grow up and be in awe of her, and it's all just the worst. And by the way, as for this grand love story that she's telling with Harry, and how they had to name each other H and M because they were dating in secret, and they weren't, I guess WhatsApp wasn't available back then, so they couldn't write each other's names out. It's not like Harry and Meghan are such unique names that the world is going to explode with joy when they find out these two have gotten together. This brain trust.
So for those of you that are wondering, why did I allow the whole thing to play? Because I'm setting this up as a mirror looking back on the person that posted this. Somebody, her name is Maureen, got up, plastered all this makeup on her ugly face, and that, I don't know what that thing is on her hair. I don't know if that's a wig, guys. I don't know. Is that a wig? I can't tell. Her lighting is too strong. Got on a podcast to unleash vitriol, hate, and I think I counted 3 or 4, 2 major crimes here that she's going to get reported for. And this is my thing. Let me just balance properly. Maureen, I came in very hot. I was going to drag you. Ooh, I was ready to tear you apart. But I'm going to say this, yeah? You are sad. You are a very sad person. I'm reacting in this way. I let you talk to the end because I need you to hear yourself. Listen to the words you are saying. Because, guys, what I'm beginning to realize is when somebody is this hateful, when somebody is saying these things that are because and I think it's good that she interspersed the video from the podcast in there, because it's a wonderful way to react to the simple things Meghan is saying. You see Meghan with her bare face, looking innocent, talking to her friend, who happens to be a Christian, and it's a very enlightening and positive conversation, very emotional. And then you interpose it, what's the English I'm looking for? You now, in the middle of it, you see this woman wearing all this gaudy outfit, ugly makeup, looking busted and evil. She's evil. This is an evil person. This is a miserable person. And it just kind of confirms to me, again, what I've been saying about that jealousy, guys. If you recall my last video, I said it, that jealousy is ugly. Jealousy is ugly. Is this ugly thing that manifests from the inside and out. Look at how ugly this woman is. This is this mirror reflecting back on Maureen and her words just shows her to be an ugly, evil person. Ugly person. You're an ugly person, Maureen. These things you are saying, these horrible things you are saying, and if nothing else, it kind of perfectly captures the wicked witch going after the innocent princess because she is jealous. And that's what this is about. Maureen is miserable. Maureen is jealous. I mean, imagine making money saying things like this, saying that Meghan's child is not real, it's a voiceover, saying that Meghan in her untimely death. So you're basically wishing that untimely means that you die before your time. Something is going to kill you. So that's why I said there are two crimes here. She is more or less threatening Meghan and saying Meghan is going to have an untimely death. And then she's saying that Meghan's kids cannot stand her. Meghan's kids are ugly. I thought I was going to come in here with rage. I don't feel rage. I don't feel anything. I just feel you've cast yourself here as a villain, Maureen, and you've played the role well. You've got the outrage you're looking for. But I want you to know that you're an ugly soul. Your ugly makeup, your ugly face, your ugly clothes, when you put it together against Meghan's face, bare-faced, innocent looking, you just come off as the wicked witch. I said it before and I'll say it again. You are a wicked witch. And it's pathetic. And it's kind of like, yeah. I have nothing for you. You are just cartoonishly evil for attention. And the painful thing about this whole thing here, she called out all the things that pain her about the Meghan Harry relationship. Their love. They love each other. And that's the thing that makes women like this evil bitch upset. Ultimately, when we come out of all the nonsense she said, because it's rubbish to me, it's just noise to me, the only thing that stuck to me was the actual threats that she made against Meghan and her kids, which I'm going to report this woman for, by the way. But if you take away all that, this is just a miserable woman who hates on a happy woman who's living her life. Meghan doesn't know who this woman is. Will never know who this woman is. Never. Meghan has the beautiful husband, the lovely kids, while Maureen needs to come online and say this type of thing to make money. Maureen, you're the loser here. You're pathetic. This mirror shining back on you. You are a sad little person. Awful person. Awful. You are the very example of racist, evil, malignant cancer of a human being. And you're going to be here. I'm not wishing you evil because I don't have to. Karma is going to come after you. I keep telling you, and I'm going to use this crone as a proxy. All of you people that hate Meghan, I think you need to understand that people are praying for that woman. People are praying for Meghan. People are praying for Meghan. She is being protected. Every time you say bad things about her, you are just attracting really bad negative karma towards yourself. And if you think I'm making this up, look at everybody that attacks Meghan. Who is happy? Who is successful? who is doing well. They are all miserable. They are all ugly. They are all with people who don't like them. And you can feel it, because when you are in love in your own life, when you're satisfied in your own life, you will never get up and be attacking somebody this way. Attacking her children, attacking her husband, saying it's insane. Maureen, you're pathetic. You are. It's attention you were looking for. I've given it to you. This is, again, in summary, this is me. I let that video play because sometimes, guys, people need to look at, this is just me trying to create a mirror, looking back at this very stupid woman. Hear your words to yourself, because I know you will see this video. You're desperate for attention, so you will respond to anything that gives you attention. You will see this video. I want you to look at your words back to, hear your words back to yourself. You're an evil person. You're evil. And I want you to know that I believe that karmic justice is going to come for you. I will put this on you, right? Every penny you make and you are making doing this thing you're doing will turn to dust in your hands. It will turn to ash in your hands. You will not find joy or satisfaction with what you are doing, because what you are doing is evil. You are evil. You are evil, Maureen. And honestly, that is more karma than anything I could say. I could insult you from now to tomorrow. Nah, karma is going to come. Karmic justice is coming for you, and I've put you on my list with all the other haters. When your karmic justice comes, ooh, I'm going to have a video reacting. Guys, as always, please like, subscribe, and share, and please feel free to share this video with Maureen, and feel free to go into her chat and give her that attention she so desperately needs. She doesn't deserve peace. Please like, subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and report her ass. She just threatened Meghan's life.